How do I market my business online and advertise online using social media the right way so that I can start attracting leads to me so I don't have to chase people around and I can start getting leads that actually buy? Well, in today's video, I'm going to tell you the 5 best ways that I have used in my business since 2013 to market my business online very, very effectively. I get 200 leads every single day. Using these strategies, I have been a 3-time top earner in one of the companies I promote, and I've taught these strategies all over the country to other entrepreneurs just like you. So if you have ever felt like your social media marketing isn't working or the things you put out people aren't responding to, grab a pen and paper, get ready to take some notes because I think you're going to get a ton of value out of today's video. All right, so the 5 ways that I use to market my business online, you're going to be able to implement these right away. So way number 1, what you need to do is you need to ask yourself 5 questions in order to use these 5 strategies, okay? So question number 1 that you need to ask yourself is this: do my prospects ever ask a question prior to making a buying decision? And I'll give you an example. Like, one of the businesses that I own is a photography studio. So I think to myself when I market online, right before somebody would get ready to make a purchasing decision for photography, portrait photography, let's say family portraits, what are some things they might be going to Google and typing in? What are questions they might be asking that I can put in front of them? I can put an answer, a valuable answer in front of them to get them reaching out to me. They might be asking things like, what do we wear for family portraits? Or what's the best time of year for family pictures, right? So anytime I can answer my prospects' questions, and specifically we want to look for buyer intent types of questions. And by the way, if you want more examples of what these types of questions are, and really more importantly, who to target and where to find your perfect prospects online, because obviously not everybody is going to want to hire me for, let's say, my photography services, so I don't want to put that question in front of everybody. I only want to put it in front of my most targeted prospects. If you want to know how to find those people online and where they are and who they are, I do have a free web class. You can click the link. I think it should be right up here in the corner of your screen, and you can register for that free web class. I'll show you who those 3 groups are, and I'll give you more examples of these 5 strategies on that free web class. Okay, strategy number 2, or question number 2 that you should ask is this: do my prospects struggle with any problems or frustrations that my thing can solve? Or are they frustrated by something that I could help them with either my product or my knowledge or my service? And so, like, for example, you might be watching this video right now because I'm helping you solve a problem, right? So I have one of my other businesses is that I have a coaching and training company. We sell information products. We have a coaching program for business owners and entrepreneurs. And one of the things I do is I ask myself, what problems are people dealing with in their business? Well, I've run out of leads. I don't have people to talk to. I put ads up on Facebook and my ads get shut down, or things don't work. Well, all of those problems are things that I could create a video or a piece of content or a Facebook post or a blog post about, and I can help someone solve that problem for free to attract them to me. You can do the same thing in your business. So, and the real secret here, guys, you want to write this part down. If you're talking about your product instead of your prospect, you're doing it wrong, okay? Let me give you an example. Let's say you've got a skin cream, okay? And you want to use question number 2 to market your skin cream as an example. Well, what amateurs do is they go out and they say, here's why my skin cream is amazing, and here's all the ingredients, and here's why we're better than our competitors. That doesn't work because nobody cares about your product until they know that you care about them as a prospect. So the better way would be, hey, do you struggle with acne? Here's 5 things that you can do to get rid of your acne quickly. That's a message that your perfect prospect who would want your skin cream product would respond to without you having to talk about your skin cream and repelling them up front. Okay, strategy number 3, are you ready? Question number 3, rather, is do you have any stories of people who have experienced something awful that's happened to them because they didn't use your product? Maybe they used a competitor's product, or they didn't know about your product at all, or they weren't informed the right way. So let's say that maybe you've got a weight loss product and people aren't losing weight because they're using the wrong diet information or the wrong exercise information, right? And something awful happened. They got diabetes and died. People on social media respond to stories. Stories are one of the most powerful things that you can utilize in your marketing. Another example of this would be, let's say that you're like an insurance agent and you wanted to attract more leads. Well, a lot of people may not know they want insurance, but if you told a story about somebody who a tornado knocked their house down. They thought their homeowner's insurance was going to cover them, but because they had an agent who didn't explain the policy, they weren't covered in the way they thought. That's the kind of story that people would respond to. It would attract people on social media, and simultaneously, it would build their desire. They'd go, oh my God, well, maybe I don't have the right kind of coverage for my house. Maybe I should look into this. And you can give them a call to action to say, hey, if you want me to show you 5 simple things that you can look for in your policy, reach out to me, get this free guide or whatever, and you can start getting leads reaching out to you very, very quickly with that third method. Now, the fourth method is just the flip side of the awful story. It's, do you have any positive stories? Do you have any great results or testimonials of people who've gotten amazing results with your product, service, or opportunity? You know, so if somebody's lost a bunch of weight on your product, you could talk about what their life was like before and now how they can play with their kids, or what. Basically, your prospects don't want to hear, again, they don't want to hear about your product. They want you to remind them of the promised land, what's possible. They want you to give them hope of how their life will be different. So think, how can I tell a story of a similar prospect who maybe had the same fears or frustrations or trepidation or skepticism that my prospects have? If I can tell that story in the right way on social media, I can get my prospects reaching out to me, and then I can give them a simple call to action to take the first step with me to become a lead. All right, tip number 5. Is anybody getting value out of this? If you are, would you please give this video like a heart or a thumbs up, depending on what platform you're watching it on. Share it around if you know some people. And by the way, if you want me to show you who to put these 5 messages in front of, who those perfect 3 audiences are, and if you want me to give you a lot more examples of how to utilize this in your business, make sure that you click the link. It should be right up here. Go register for my free web class. It's about 60 to 90 minutes long, and you will get a ton of value, implementable, actionable stuff, just like what I'm giving you in this video. I just have a little bit more time on that webinar to be able to give it to you. All right, question number 5 is this. Do you have a passion product where people would enjoy tips for how to increase their enjoyment out of that product? Because I get a lot of people that say, Tyson, my product doesn't solve a problem, right? I sell, I don't know, wine or jewelry, and people, you know, I don't know that my jewelry really solves a problem. I don't know that my wine solves a problem. Well, my wife would beg to differ. After a long day with my kids in the evening, a glass of wine, I think my wife would agree, does solve some of her problems. But in some ways, this market, if you're in like cooking or anything where your audience is just really passionate about your thing, can you just give them some really valuable tips to help them extract more enjoyment out of the thing that they already love? Like, I get people all the time, I don't understand how this would work. I sell jewelry or fashion, or I have a clothing store. Well, if you want to attract people who love style, right? You could tell, hey, here's 5 things men should never do if they want to look stylish. Or here's 3 things that women should never use to accessorize their outfit because it makes them look ridiculous. Well, that would attract the kind of person who loves fashion, who might be interested in your jewelry or your clothing or cooking tips or whatever your passion niche is. How can you give tips that would attract a passionate audience to you? These are the types of people that I want to attract. I don't want to attract anybody and everybody. I only want the people who are most likely to buy my product, and these 5 messages are going to help you attract them to you. All right, guys, hope you got value out of this video. If you did, again, give it a thumbs up, share it around, and if you would like to attend my totally free web class, just click the link that you see right up here, register, put in your details on the very next page, pick a time to attend, and I know if you got value out of this video, you're going to get a ton of value out of that 60 to 90 minute web class. I look forward to seeing you there. Until then, have a great day, click the button now, and we'll see you on the next page. Bye.